Golf. The mere mention of the word conjures up images of manicured lawns, sparkling white golf carts, and, let's face it, people with more money than they know what to do with. It's a sport that seems to be synonymous with luxury and exclusivity. Why is it that a game involving whacking a tiny ball into a slightly larger hole seems so intrinsically linked to wealth? The answer might lie in the very nature of the game and its surroundings. Maybe it's the pristine courses, sprawling across acres of prime real estate. These courses are often located in some of the most beautiful and expensive areas, adding to the allure. Or perhaps it's the sight of golfers strolling leisurely in their brightly coloured attire, looking like escaped tropical birds. The fashion in golf is as much a statement as the game itself. Whatever the reason, golf has earned a reputation as the pastime of choice for the affluent. A sport where the only handicap that matters is the one on your bank balance. And let's not forget the gear. The equipment used in golf is often a showcase of wealth. Clubs with names that sound like luxury cars, bags that cost more than a month's rent, and shoes that wouldn't look out of place on a runway. It's enough to make you wonder if the golf balls are coated in gold. The sheer opulence associated with the sport can be overwhelming. But is golf really just a playground for the rich? Or is there more to this seemingly exclusive sport than meets the eye? Let's tee off on a humorous exploration of golf's history, culture, and enduring stereotypes. From its origins to its modern-day status, we'll uncover the layers that make golf both a beloved pastime and a symbol of affluence. So grab your clubs, don your brightest attire, and join us as we delve into the world of golf. It's a journey that promises to be as entertaining as it is enlightening. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious onlooker, there's something in this story for everyone. So is golf truly reserved for the wealthy, or is it a sport that anyone can enjoy? Let's find out together as we explore the fascinating world of golf. Contrary to popular belief, golf didn't originate in some exclusive country club. No, our beloved game has surprisingly humble beginnings, dating back to 15th century Scotland. Imagine rugged shepherds, bored out of their minds while tending their flocks, whacking stones into rabbit holes with their crooks. Fast forward a few centuries, and golf had charmed its way into royal courts. King James IV of Scotland, a man of discerning taste, became a golf enthusiast, much to the chagrin of his advisors who'd rather he focused on more kingly pursuits. It seems even back then, golf had a knack for distracting people from important matters. From Scotland, golf spread across the globe, evolving and adapting along the way. And yes, along the line, it did become a favourite pastime of the wealthy. But as we'll see, the history of golf is as much about passion and competition as it is about privilege. Golf has a way of attracting stereotypes like a well-maintained green attracts divots. There's the classic image of the wealthy CEO, phone glued to one ear while negotiating a multi-million-dollar deal between swings. And let's not forget the retired couples decked out in matching golf outfits, more concerned with the view from the fairway than their score. These stereotypes, while exaggerated, do contain a grain of truth. Golf can be an expensive hobby, and it's often associated with a certain level of affluence. But just because you see someone driving a golf cart doesn't mean they own a private jet. Although some probably do, the humour lies in the contrast between the perceived sophistication of golf and the often hilarious reality of the game. It's a sport where grown adults can throw tantrums over a missed putt, where fashion choices are boldly questionable, and where the most common injury involves a rogue golf ball and a very sensitive ego. From yelling four to tiny pencils, the humour inherent in golf's quirks is endless and often unexpected. Golf, for all its pretensions of grandeur, is a game full of quirky traditions and amusing contradictions. It's a sport where the attire is as important as the game itself, with players often donning traditional outfits that seem straight out of a bygone era. Take, for instance, the act of yelling four at the top of your lungs when you've hit a particularly wayward shot. This loud warning is meant to alert others, but it often results in more confusion and panic than actual safety. It's a bizarre custom, really, when you think about it. The idea that a single word could somehow change the course of a golf ball or prevent an accident is both amusing and perplexing, as if a single word could magically alter the trajectory of a golf ball hurtling towards an unsuspecting victim. Yet, it's a tradition that persists, adding to the unique charm of the game. And then there's the etiquette. Oh, the etiquette. Golfers adhere to a strict code of conduct that can seem almost ritualistic to outsiders. Golfers take their rules very seriously. The rule book is practically a sacred text, and any deviation from it is met with stern disapproval. No talking during someone's backswing, replacing your divots, and heaven forbid you wear denim on the green. These rules are enforced with almost religious fervor. It's enough to make you feel like you're navigating a minefield of potential faux pas. One wrong move and you could find yourself the subject of disapproving glances or even outright reprimand. But perhaps the most amusing aspect of golf is the sheer absurdity of the game itself. The sight of grown adults contorting into awkward poses to hit a tiny ball is undeniably humorous. We chase this tiny white ball across vast expanses of land using oddly shaped clubs, all for the satisfaction of hearing that satisfying plunk as it hopefully disappears into a hole the size of a soup can. The lengths we go to for that moment of triumph are both ridiculous and endearing. If it weren't so frustratingly addictive, it would be downright comical. The blend of frustration and joy is what makes golf such a unique and beloved pastime. Expensive clubs and even pricier memberships. The price tag of prestige. For many, golf is more than just a sport. It's a status symbol, a way to showcase one's success and affluence. There's no denying that golf can be an expensive hobby. The allure of perfectly manicured greens and exclusive clubhouses comes at a steep price. From the green fees to the equipment, the costs can add up faster than a golfer's score after a round in the sand traps. Every aspect of the game seems designed to lighten your wallet. Want to join a prestigious golf club? The exclusivity and prestige come with a hefty price tag. Be prepared to shell out a small fortune for the privilege. Memberships can cost tens of thousands of dollars just to get your foot in the door. We're talking initiation fees that could buy a decent car, and that's just the beginning. Annual dues that rival a mortgage payment and additional costs for events and services. And that's before you've even set foot on the first tee. The financial commitment is substantial. And then there's the gear. The latest clubs, bags, and accessories can cost a small fortune. Clubs made from space-age materials that promise to shave strokes off your game, they won't, but they sure look impressive. High-tech golf balls that supposedly defy the laws of physics, each one more advanced than the last. And GPS devices that tell you the distance to the green with pinpoint accuracy. These gadgets promise to improve your game, but at a cost. Because, eyeballing it is just so last century. The modern golfer spares no expense. It's easy to see why golf has become synonymous with wealth. The sport has evolved into a symbol of luxury and exclusivity, but while the price tag can be intimidating, it's not the only way to enjoy the game. It's important to remember that not all golf experiences cost an arm and a leg. Public courses and community programs make the game accessible to everyone. The reality check beyond the stereotypes: golf's growing accessibility. While it's true that golf has historically been a sport enjoyed by the elite, the reality is that it's becoming increasingly accessible to a wider audience. Public courses offer a more affordable alternative to private clubs, and the rise of driving ranges and indoor golf simulators has made it easier than ever to work on your swing without breaking the bank. Moreover, organizations like the First Tee are working to introduce golf to young people from all backgrounds, breaking down barriers and dispelling the myth that it's a game reserved for the privileged few. Golf, at its core, is a game of skill, strategy, and yes, a healthy dose of luck. It's a game that can be enjoyed by people of all ages, abilities, and income levels. So the next time you see a group of golfers on the course, don't assume they're all millionaires. They might just be regular folks who enjoy a good walk spoiled by a little white ball. Golf a game for everyone? Well, almost. So is golf just for the rich? The answer, like a well-struck putt, is nuanced. Yes, golf can be expensive, and yes, it has its fair share of affluent enthusiasts, but it's also a game that's becoming increasingly accessible, a sport that can be enjoyed by anyone willing to embrace its challenges, quirks, and occasional moments of utter absurdity. After all, golf, at its heart, is a game of humility. It's a constant reminder that no matter how much money you have, how many fancy clubs you own, or how meticulously you've studied the green, that little white ball has a mind of its own, and sometimes it's going to end up in the water hazard. And that, my friends, is the beauty of it all.